Hi, I'm Phil Libin. I'm the CEO of Evernote. I'll spend just a couple of minutes talking about Evernote. Hopefully some of you know who we are, and if you don't, just please go and check it out. It's free. And then I'm going to get into very detailed stats on exactly how the freemium model works for us. And it works very well. We did some experimentation, but I think we partially through luck, partially through experimentation, found a pretty good formula that works well for us. I'll explain it in significant detail. I think it might work for some of you, probably not everyone. So the goal of Evernote is to be an external brain for everyone. Basically, we figured that there's a few billion people who aren't fully satisfied with their meat brain. They want something better. Evernote is this service, follows you around for the rest of your life, and anytime anything happens that's even remotely interesting, you should be able to capture it, and then that's it. And then you just have this great sense of relief that you've got it, you'll never forget it. Notably, it is not a social app at all. This is one of our big sort of selling points early on, is that unlike every other company started about the time we were, we don't care about your friends. We don't care about what your friends are doing. We don't care about what your friends' pets are doing. We care about you. We care about what's in your brain. We want people who are substantive, who also care about that kind of stuff. So the idea is, since your brain is supposed to work everywhere, Evernote's supposed to work everywhere, so we have versions for every client. So we have a native Mac version, a native Windows version, versions for pretty much every type of phone. These are all native versions, as well as web clients for everything. So this is quite an expensive and in hindsight, probably crazy undertaking to actually develop native software for all these platforms for a small company. But it works pretty well, and actually is, I think, one of the keys of why freemium works for us. Lets you capture everything. So if you're on your PC, you can do web pages and documents and files and ideas. And if you're not on your PC, then you're out in the real world, and your phone or your camera becomes your brain extension. So you can get business cards and wine labels and audio notes and all that kind of stuff. And everything's automatically synchronized, so you have it from all of your devices. We kind of figure in 10, 20 years, you'll just have a chip in your head, and you'll be able to get to your Evernote account just by thinking about it. Until then, the next best thing is to be on every single device. So if you wake up in the middle of the night in a strange hotel room, you don't even know where you are exactly, and you just fumble around with your hands, kind of the first device that you get your hand on, you should be comfortable that Evernote is on there for you. One of our cool features is you can search in many different ways. You can search by words, tags, geolocations, but we also have this pretty cool image search. You can actually search for words in your images. We'll actually highlight all of the printed and handwritten text in your images and let you find it. So our business model is Evernote is free. And the Evernote service is free, and it's free forever. And the full-featured permanent version is free. And we want most people using it for free. We don't think of free as a loss leader. It's definitely not a time-limited trial. We want most people using Evernote for free. The idea is if you love it, you should consider upgrading. There's a premium version available that has some additional features, really tailored toward power users, the features that aren't really necessary for most users, kind of intentionally. And you can switch back and forth at any time without penalty. So you can be using it for free for 20 years, and then you decide, well, I'm going to go on vacation for 1 month, and I really need some premium features on this vacation. I'm going to be creating tons more memories. Well, pay us $5 once. Go premium. At the end of the month, revert back to free. We won't take anything away. We won't lose any of your memories or anything like that. And that's also a core feature. This idea that we want to eliminate any sort of buyer's regret, any sort of idea that there's a bait and switch, any sort of idea that well, yeah, it's free now, but how do we know it's going to be free later? It's free. It's always free. The premium version is for a select number of people to use once in a while, and that actually works really well. That's the overwhelming source of our revenue, and I'll show you how that works. So again, free and premium features. Wow, this is the Japanese version. All right, that's not going to make any sense to anyone. You can go to our site and check this out. I recycled this slide from Japan. Basically shows you what we have for free or premium. So yeah, it's all sorts of stuff, I guess. You get additional monthly quota. There's no limit to the overall amount of memories you can keep, but premium users get more that they can do every month. You get file attachments, you get faster recognition, you get some better things with PDF, a few other features like that. So we launched in June of 2008, so a little bit over a year and a half ago. We're up to about 2.7 million users, adding about 7,000 new users a day. We have done no marketing, no advertising, no SEM. We've done some experiments with those, but those have been an abysmal failure. It's just not worth it. So this is completely organic growth, and not viral either. Not viral in the sense that, like I said, there are actually no network effect features in Evernote. If you use Skype, you want to get your friends to use it because that's the whole point, so you can Skype with your friends. If you use Evernote, it's no advantage to you whatsoever that your friends use it as well. So even though there's no reason to get your friends to use it, you still do. You still tell your friends about it because 100% of our growth, well, like 98%, comes from word of mouth, from people telling their friends. We're multi-platform, and here's the usage per platform. This is daily, and this adds up to more than 100% because most people use this on more than one platform. But you can see iPhone is the most popular mobile platform. Mac and Windows are roughly similar in size, although Windows is growing faster. I think what happened is when we were still hitting early adopters, we were vastly overrepresented on the Mac side because I think Mac users are just better early adopters. But once you've sort of moved into more the mainstream, the vast numbers of people with Windows computers just kick in, and so that starts growing faster. Android is our fastest growing segment, about 4% of users every day, but we've only had that for about a month or two and growing quite quickly. And an interesting point here is when we try to figure out who's going to convert, multi-platform use is the single biggest predictor for whether or not a user will convert to Premium. So someone that's using us on one platform is much less likely to convert than someone who uses us on two, and someone who uses us on 3 platforms is better than 50% chance of converting. About 20% of our users use us on 3 or more platforms. Geographic distribution, we're about 60% in the US, about 40% outside of the US. Japan is by far the biggest country outside of the US. It's just things are going crazy in Japan. It's hard to say exactly why, but it's pretty cool. I've just been there a few times, and it's great. But there's an important point here, which is it certainly doesn't cost us 40% more money to support all these languages. Once we've sort of built a version for English, and we knew that we would do it internationally, so we built in all the internationalization and stuff. It's a fairly small incremental cost to go from one language to 13 or 14, which is what we currently have, and it gets you 40% more users. And actually, for us, the conversion rates internationally are just about the same as in the U.S. We're kind of very careful about where we go, so it's really 40% more users, 40% more revenue, and will increase. So a year from now, it's going to be more than 50% at maybe a 10% incremental cost difference.